What's going on, everyone? This is Noah from Spanky the Sparky. I'm going to make a quick tutorial video on how to bend not only an offset, but also get a dog leg out of an offset. So with my offset that I bend, I will intentionally be dog legging it. Before I get started real fast, I like to personally bend all of my offsets if I'm able to, which this one will be able to bend. I like to bend them all on the center mark. Everyone has their own preference. That's just my own preference. In future videos, I'll go over the math and things of that nature. This video is going to be for those that are a little more, I wouldn't even say advanced, just someone who's not brand new. And if you are brand new, maybe this will help. All we're going to need for an offset is obviously a bender. I have a 3/4 Klein bender, great bender in my opinion. Piece of conduit, tape measure, and level, brand new level. I have my other one that I usually carry with me at work right here. I've had it for about 7-8 years. But I've already determined that we're going to do a 5-inch 30-degree offset. As you may know, a multiplier of 30-degree offsets is 2. I've already also predetermined that my first mark is going to be at 6 inches with 10-inch spacing, which we're going to take the 5-inch offset times 2. That's going to give us 10 inches. That's going to give us spacing of 10 inches. So mark number 2 with 16. We will quickly trace this. Don't judge my tracing abilities. They're definitely not the best. Not something I really excel at. But we'll trace this all out. From there, some people like to air bend. I'm not a big fan of air bending. I like to bend everything on the ground, unless it's a box offset. That's just a personal preference. Everyone has. Back. As you can see, I have my first mark, which is a 6-inch mark on the center bend of this bender. So what I like to do, once again, it's a 30-degree offset, 5 inches. I like to start the bend, so I'll get it started. And then I like to set it down on the ground, like so. I like to get my level out. It's kind of weird doing this in shorts and not my work pants, but I'm at home, so who cares? On these Klein levels, I love them for this very reason. So you have your 30-degree mark, or bubble right here, 45-degree bubble, and then down here is your 90-degree bubble. Since I said a 30-degree offset, we're going to use this bubble right here. So all we got to do, once again, if you're brand new to this might be insightful to you. If you've been in the field for a while, not so much. But we're going to bend that up. And we'll keep an eye on it. Still needs a little more bend in it. And a tiny bit more bend. Right about there, so almost perfect, as you can see. Right between the lines, oh, there we go, I took some pressure off. Right there, pretty good. I then like to take the level off, and we're going to 180 degree this pipe, or conduit. So, like I said, I'm going to intentionally dog leg this piece of conduit in order to show you how I like to get dog legs out. But we're going to take mark number 2, put it right back in that center bend. It's important that you bend it on the same mark each time in the bender. It's going to be kind of difficult to intentionally dog leg it, but right about there's where it should be nice and dog legged. So, same thing. I'm going to get it started. Bam. Once again, intentionally dog legging it. I like to emphasize that. Put this right here. And same thing, we're going to bend this up. And this time we are going to use our back 90 level. You could also put it back there, but it makes more sense to level it this way. We're going to bend it up until we have it level, which for this instance right there is almost perfectly level. So I'm back. As you can see, and I had to go back and intentionally dog leg it to make it a quite bit more visible. Typically, you're not going to see something quite this dog-legged. I intentionally, after I bent it, added more to emphasize the dog leg. But as you can tell, it's pretty dog-legged. Set it down like this. You can see pretty clearly this is not touching the ground at all right in there. And when I flip it over, obviously, it's doing all sorts of crazy stuff. Now, some people, and I'm not against it, it's just not for me, it's not what works best. Some people like to put it back in their bender and start cranking on it like this. I'm not a fan of that personally, never have been, and some people are great at it. It's not something I excel at. So one way I've always done it, I've watched a journeyman do it throughout my apprenticeship, that's what intrigued me by it, is we're going to take this conduit, And we see that this side is the side that's severely dog-legged, right? Push it down, push it down. So whatever side is folded up like this, we're going to rotate it the opposite way, set it right back on the ground. What I do then, I take the shoe of my bender, just like that. So I slide that right in like that. And I just add a little pressure, just like so. As you can see now, it's quite a bit better. It might still have a slight dog leg, which it looks like it does. My garage is also unlevel, so that's not helping anything, but it's quite a bit better right now, as you can tell. And what I'll do, just to verify, this is a scrap piece of conduit, so it is a little beat up, so excuse that. We'll look down it, and actually right there, I don't know if this video is going to do it justice, it's actually might have a tiny, tiny bit of dog leg, but let's try and crank a little more out of it real fast. Slide this back in. Which way is it? Like that. To be honest, we'll crank a little bit more out. Just like that. Slide it back in. Add a little pressure. And what we're going to do, look down it again. It's actually pretty good right there. I don't know if you can tell from the glasses view. But I'm satisfied with that for the most part. It might not be perfect. But for a video, overall, you saw how badly dog-legged it was before. Hopefully you're able to see that right like that. So we got our dog leg out. We're going to verify the size of our offset. I like to use a straight edge. Okay, and we're back. So after I bend an offset, I like to use, whether it's the edge of the drywall, in this case I have a board laying, a 2x4, laying in my garage perfectly straight. What I like to do to verify the size of it, and I will say, no matter the size of the offset, within 1/8 of an inch, whether it's 1/8 of an inch too big or too small, 99% of the time it's still going to work perfectly fine. So what I'll do, I'm going to measure from the flat side of the surface to the bottom of the pipe. And as you can see, we're about 5 1/8 of an inch, which is perfect. Like I said, 1/8 of an inch too big, too small will always work. Hopefully you found this video insightful. This is my first video with my Meta glasses, so if anything's a little funky, please let me know. I try my best to help people, especially those coming through. I wish I had access to resources like this when I was coming through. If you have any questions, concerns, don't hesitate to reach out to me on any of my social media platforms. And I hope you guys have a great day. Like I said, this is scrap conduit, so excuse marks like that. It's scrap. It was free, so there's that. Hope you guys have a great night. And then shout out to Milwaukee and Klein. This is a brand new Klein level. I always cut the ends off because I have the no dogs. But excellent quality tools for this specific job. And I'll see you guys on the next video.